Days to the river trip. I'm going to have some instructional videos this time. We're going to have some just for safety. So I'm going to talk about the food. One's going to be just for the electronics. We're going to do one with the raft, how it gets maneuvered, outboard motor operation. We're going to learn how to put life vests on. But this one tonight is just what is the river trip, where do we go, what to expect, first timers. Cost used to run about 4 days, about $150, but it's everybody has different income, and we're just going to do it this way. We're going to have a box. You put in what you can afford, what you think it's worth, and it'll offset the price of the trip, and everybody's good, and everybody can go too. So anyways, we take off. If you've done it before, we take off Fallbrook. Group of us take off Thursday morning. The float starts Friday morning, but the Thursday morning group will head over, make our way up to the 10, come down through the beautiful desert center, which is a good place to Google. It's a nice little scenic spot and the history behind it. Head out to Blythe, and we'll go down the river about 6 miles. There's a place, McIntyre Camp, and that's where the four of us will assemble the raft. We'll have this all done before 10 o'clock, because at 10 o'clock it just gets too hot out the river. The other people can either come out the same day. A lot of people, they come out with us. People that work, some of them used to show up at the bottom, which is Fisher's Landing, all the way down here. And Fisher's Landing, we'll pick them up. After we assemble the raft, we will rent a car up at Blythe. It's an SUV. We take all the vehicles, tow vehicles, load vehicles. We'll be renting a pickup truck this year, possibly 2. We take them down to Fisher's Landing, where we have some friends let us stay in their trailer. We're allowed to park the vehicles down there. We'll take this SUV down there. We'll pick up anybody from San Diego that leaves their vehicle down at the bottom. We'll pick everybody up that brought their vehicles to the bottom. We'll head back up. We usually get up 6, 7, 8 at night. And next day, Friday morning, we float. We drop off the SUV Friday morning. They give us a ride back. We ice the raft up and are on our way. For you that are more familiar with the Rand McNally map, Fallbrook's over here. We head up. We take our little shortcut through Hemet. Come on down past Palm Springs, come on all the way to 10, just like before, and there's our river. Colorado River slow water. This is the initial assembly of the raft. This is you see the boarding ramp. Underneath the boarding ramp there are steps that hang down. They will fold up the way they are now underneath the raft in case we hit a sandbar. But to get on the raft, you come up the steps, come up the pads. The decking is all slid into place. The center, those will lift up. And we have our coolers below there. We have 2 on deck that keep the day's food, day's beverages, anything else we need cool for the day. It's on casters. So after we get the raft to this stage, we'll hook it up to a vehicle and push it over the boat ramp and launch. And you see the life vest underneath. One of our float toys. And here we are loaded to go. We have our fresh water on there. That tarp that we have a new one that allows 80% of the sunlight through. This is our sleeping conditions for the first night.
Oh my God!
It's, you can bring tents, but it's more comfortable outside. You get the breeze. Bugs aren't really that big of a problem if you have a mosquito repellent on. They won't be buzzing your ears or anything like that. This park is a Thursday we're there. There's nobody really coming till the next day. They allow us to sleep on the grass so we can watch the raft. This is one of our extracurricular activities there. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to put up some latitude and longitudes. Don't need to know what they are, just go on to MapQuest and put them in. And MapQuest or Google Earth, if you put these latitude and longitudes in, Google Earth or MapQuest will take you right down. You actually see where we're at the first day is McIntyre Camp. You can Google this camp, it's an RV camp. Hippie Cove will be at the end of our first day of float. We'll leave Hippie, that'll be Friday night. Saturday morning we leave Hippie Cove and we float through that wildlife sanctuary. They don't allow water skiing, it's for transiting. We're not allowed to camp there. And we'll spend the third day at the camp. We'll put the easy up, break out the homebrew. We'll have our cornhole competition, possibly some prizes for this, I don't know. And then the fourth day, Sunday, we will float down to Fisher's Landing, Martinez Lake. You can Google that one. Now's a good time to pause your video and write these down. I'll post them later on the Facebook page also. So, let's try this. There's a skunk in the trash can. It's been making noise all night. You want to go further back? You're awful close to him. There you go. Go ahead. Run. Oh, he's such a cute little guy.
Guys, he might just live in there.
This is the buddy barge. 4 tubes are all attached. Coating, the center has a place for your flip-flops. It'll make this trip. We have at least 10 people, possibly 12 people coming this year. It's comfortable to sleep on a raft. It's taken. We also have sand chairs that come along. And we have the captain's couch. We'll bring 2 kayaks again this year. Sand chairs. You don't have to be in the water. You can be in the water all day, never get cold. This is the Budweiser float. With 12 people, we may bring this one this year. We have the kayaks. We'll bring these float toys here also. The inflatable tubes. This is the shoreline on the second day. The first day it's mainly rocky with, this is in the background you're going to see the Chocolate Mountains. We go through that the second day float, and that's the part where there's, you can only transit. It's very scenic. You can go back and get 5 echoes deep through the hills. Like I said, we have 2 flavors of homebrew coming this year. We usually bring light beer and non-light beer. This is Hippie Cove. Yes, the raft is high and dry. From experience, we know where to put the stern anchor out now. That's the entrance to the cove. We camp right on the sand, and the level at the river will change. They will let a lot of water out on the weekends, so there's more sandbars for people to play on. We woke up to the bar high and dry, but we were able to get some extra help there, and we were able to get it in. We now know the raft has to be out beyond the Tules for the night. Yeah, this particular year, Elvis showed up. Elvis, I didn't know it, but Elvis drives a motorhome. This guy sang karaoke for us in full Elvis dress. I seriously believe he thinks he's Elvis. You'll meet them all out in the river. But Now we have extra. We have this is our version of cliff diving. Of course, it's always feet first in the river, never head first. In the morning we have coffee. Some people do malted beverages. Um,
Sun squeeze pull.
This is what we do down at the 4S Boat Inn Ranch. That's after we leave Hippie Cove, we float through the Chocolate Mountains. We end up at the 4S Boat Inn camp. It'll have toilets there. Oh, along the way we do see the mountain sheep, mountain goats. We have had sandstorms. It just makes the water a little choppy. And we're a little more prepared now. The shade doesn't break when the wind blows hard. And over here is the 4S camp that we will come down to the river to. In the background's the Chocolate Mountains that we just came through. There's 2 shade coverings there, has toilets there. And you can see it's just, I provide air mattresses for everybody. I make sure they hold air for at least 2 days. We have patch kits with us. Now we just hang out for the day, fish if you have a license, kayaking. We had a group kayak over to the Hogue Rock, and actually jumped off, and we have videos to prove it. I think it was more on this section of the rock. There's some good kayaking around there. If you have any questions after this video, just put them on the Facebook page. You see that's our XM antenna. Sleeping, ground cloths are provided. Put the easy up. Just hang around and listen to music all day. Which is, I'm going to pause it on that one. Because every year I ask people, make a recordings of your music, make a best of tape. Of course, nobody has tapes anymore. So we have XM radio, and one of the other instructional videos will go over all the different stations that XM has. They have 4 country. They even have a Carolina Shag station, if you've never heard that. But it's, if you don't know where to look for the list, you don't know how to work the radio, we're going to cover it. But new this year is this boom box. It gets loud. It has a battery that'll play for 50 hours. That's 10 hours a day for 5 days. The benefit of this one is Bluetooth. So a lot of people have the music on your phones. You have your music list on your phones. We'll set it up so you can play it right through here. So now it makes it even easier to play your music. But remember, it's not about playing the music you want to hear. It's about playing your music that you think everybody else would like to hear. There's a lot of music out there that's not on the radio that's very enjoyable. This one also has an auxiliary input. If you don't have one of the new iPhones, your phone should have an auxiliary out. You can just plug it in there if you don't want to use the Bluetooth. One of the videos will go over the menu, storage for the food, how to work the stove. We will have a video camera this year, and we will have a DVD made up of the trip that'll get sent out at the end. And this is the end. This is all of us at Fisher's Landing. We disassemble the raft, load it. People heading home that have to work the next day, they can head home that day. The rest of us, there's the one trailer that we've used. If all 10 of us, or actually more, if 6 or more stay, we have 2 other trailers. We'll ask our friends if we can stay in those. If not, there's other trailers for rent there. These are not flatbed trailers, of course. These are travel trailers, fifth wheelers, and RV trailers. And we usually just unload, have some drinks at the bar, and we have AC in the trailers, and it's all good. So let me say that's about all I can think of for this one. Everybody worries about toilets. There's toilets on Thursday night. Thursday morning we leave. Hippie Cove has been rumored to have porta potties. I've never gone to look for them. We brought a porta potty one year with a tent to use it in, and nobody ever used it, so we don't bring it again. If you really feel you'd like us to bring it, I can load it up. That's not a problem. We will do an ice run. After we leave Hippie Cove, the kayaks will paddle up to Walter's Camp, and we have some large wetsuits that we can fill up with 5 to 10 bags of ice, bring them back, and do an underway with replenishment with ice for the barge, so we make sure we have enough drinks for the luau, enough ice for the luau. We will have a luau this year. Just bring your, we'll provide the leis. You have to have a wine shirt. We'll find something to do at it. We're going to have a new drink. We don't bring fruit, a lot of fruit on the river trip. It used to go bad after the second day. So at the end of the second day, we'd have the luau. We'd take all the fruit, squish it into a cooler, and make a hunch punch. This year we're doing yucca. I didn't create the drink, but it's interesting. It's a full group participation to get this drink made and into a drinkable state. So that's going to be at the luau. We will be spinning LPs, Hawaiian music LPs at the luau. It will be different. So that's it. That's it. So this is watch it, enjoy it. There'll be more to come.